rock to this beat.
Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best, essential rocking with the best. Come rock with your boy, Captain Will. We got to go today, y'all. We got a good one today, y'all. We are talking about the impact of Te-Hina Paopao and Sakima Walker to this basketball team. The basketball team, South Carolina women's basketball team. Practice has started all across the universe. We are in basketball mode, y'all. The Gamecocks played their first game November the 6th, 41 days from today. It is going down. Playing Notre Dame. It is going down. That first game on the docket, going down in Paris. My wife still ain't going to let me go. But you know what? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. We had a Come to Jesus meeting, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I will be doing a show before and after the game to get your thoughts. We'll be doing a call-in show. It's going to be going down. It's going to be a celebration. It's going to be shots thrown. It's going to be shots drank. It's going to be margaritas. It's going to be Moscow mules. It's going to be iced tea. It's going to be pig feet eating. It's going to be going down because this is a celebration with South Carolina women's basketball is back. I know it's football season. But South Carolina women's basketball is back in 41 days. And we're going to get that taste out of our mouth from that Iowa loss. We're going to get a taste out of our mouth. And we'll move on to this 2023-2024 season. It's moving on. And I cannot wait. I'm counting down the minutes to seconds until we tip off. But we're going to talk about today about Te-Hina Paopao. We're going to talk about today Sakima Walker and what they're going to bring to the South Carolina Gamecocks. First off, Te-Hina Paopao, 5'9" of her, a senior, two-time All Pac-12 from Oregon. Averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 44% from the field, shot 42% from the three-point line, 42.4% to be exact, 88% from the free throw line. Well, we get into the 5'9" Te-Hina Paopao. Is a shooter extraordinaire. Something that's needed for this basketball team. Because the last thing we saw was against this Iowa team. We played our worst. And I ain't going to harp on that too much. But we played our worst. Iowa beat us. They did. But what we saw was Iowa daring us to shoot. Iowa daring us to shoot. Caitlin Clark daring Raven Johnson to shoot a three. That's what we saw on that night. That's what we saw. I beg of you, Iowa, if we play y'all again, please dare Te-Hina Paopao to shoot. I implore you. I beg of you from the bottom of my heart. Please dare Te-Hina Paopao to shoot. And her 42% accuracy from the three-point line will happen all over you, Iowa. We all know that South Carolina was not a great three-point shooting team. We know that South Carolina was not a good three-point shooting team. This is why the emergence and the acquisition of Te-Hina Paopao means so much to the South Carolina Gamecock women's basketball team. Because she is adding a dimension to this squad that we have not had. And that is a consistent three-point shooter. A shooter who can shoot consistently from all three levels. All three levels. And not only shoot consistently at the three-point line, consistently shoot a mid-range jumper, but 88% from the free throw line. Ladies and gentlemen, free throws wins games. It's that simple. Free throws wins games. When I met my wife and we used to go to basketball games and she used to lament over how good of a basketball player she was. That was her statement. Free throws wins games. And for South Carolina Gamecocks, we have to have a player or multiple players who aren't afraid to go to the free throw line. We have to have a player of the capability to drive to the lane, get fouled, and score at the free throw line. You look at the statistics of some of the Gamecocks last year, year before last. Some of our better players were not good free throw shooters. Well, Te-Hina Paopao, 5'9", sliding into the shooting guard position that was once held by Zaya Cook, will be a shooter that we can depend on from the beginning. I saw the list given by Charlie Cream works for ESPN and talking about the impactful transfers of various different players. And I'm looking at the list and I see keep going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not in the top 5. I don't see Te-Hina Paopao being an impactful transfer. 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. I saw all the way down to number 10. For Te-Hina Paopao, it's the 10th best or most impactful transfer in college basketball this year. First off, if you watch Captain Will, you know I'm not a huge fan of how some of these ratings and some of how these polls and some of how these things are done by ESPN or Charlie Cream or anything like that, because I just don't feel that they do the necessary research for this topic. I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So for anybody who watched college basketball, especially if you watch the South Carolina women's basketball, you already know that our deficiency was three-point shooting. So in my mind, if our deficiency is three-point shooting, then if you get one of the best three-point shooters in the country to come to your team, that is impactful. You have a problem, you feel this problem with a solution, that's impact. Sometimes I look at some of these commentators and talking heads, and I'm a talking head myself, and I see what are we doing? What are we looking at? And of course, the number one impactful transfer is Haley Van Lith going to LSU. Okay. Oh, see, we go on that bandwagon, right? That's what we're doing. We're doing the LSU bandwagon. That's what we're doing. And then the second most impactful player is Anissa Morrow. LSU. Go figure, huh? So I know Haley Van Lith was a really good player with Louisville. Really good player with Louisville. I know that Anissa Morrow had video game stats at DePaul. I know that. I know that. But to say that going into a team that just won the national championship in the LSU and you gain the services of a Haley Van Lith and Anissa Morrow, that their impact is going to be more to a team than Te-Hina Paopao to South Carolina don't make sense to me. Will Haley Van Lith and Anissa Morrow make LSU better? Yeah, that make them better. But I don't think their impact will be as forceful as one Te-Hina Paopao. It don't make sense to me. But I digress. Because what we have in Te-Hina Paopao is a senior, all conference, who's not afraid, who got some size to her, who has a point to prove, who's trying to raise her stock to the WNBA, and who's going to get starter minutes for the South Carolina Gamecocks, and who has the green light to shoot the rock. That's Te-Hina Paopao. That's what her impact is going to be for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Let's move on to Sakima Walker. Sakima Walker, all 6'5", long arms, long legs of Sakima Walker. Sakima Walker started out at Rutgers, played a couple years at Rutgers, averaged about 4 points, averaged about 2.5 rebounds per game. Transferred over to the junior college, balled out of JC, won a national championship, averaged 17 points, 8 rebounds, had 60% from the field, shot the three-point well, had 13 double-doubles. And I know what people are saying. That's junior college. Junior college, right? I understand. Sakima Walker was a 4-star recruit. She was ranked the 7th best player, 7th best post player in her class. So there was talent. That talent was not utilized or worked to her capability at Rutgers. Thus, she transferred. I don't know what happened at Rutgers. I wasn't there. I have no idea. She transferred out, went to JC route. Now she with the Gamecocks. So, with that being said, Sakima Walker 6'5". Sakima Walker has a wingspan out of this world. We lost Aaliyah Boston, size. We lost Victoria Saxton, more size. We lost Letitia Mihir, more size. Boston 6'5". Mihir 6'4". Saxton 6'2". We lost size. And what we also lost was experience, some leadership. So in a Sakima Walker, you are getting a grown-ass woman. You're not getting a high school recruit. You're getting somebody who has transferred already, who played 2 years at one school, played 1 year at another school, coming to South Carolina, who is divulge of supposed leadership. But she's bringing leadership and experience to this team. But along with her leadership and her experience, she's bringing 6'5". Last time I checked, South Carolina has a center by the name of Camila Cardoza, who's 6'7", 6'8" on a good day. Sakima Walker 6'5" to team up with a Camila Cardoza, who just won another gold medal this summer playing for Brazil. Okay, size matters. Women's basketball, we've been dominating that inside play for many years. Always having a dominant post. Always having 2 players that are dominant. So we have Sanaya Fagan moving in as the power forward, who's 6'3". We have Ashlyn Watkins who can get playing time. We have Chloe Kiss who can get playing time in the post. But what we also have is a player in Sakima Walker who is a plug-and-play player for the Gamecocks. Her growth in the post is going to grow exponentially by playing for this team. Exponentially. Going to grow out of this world. And she still has another year of eligibility to play. Sakima Walker can shoot the ball. She can rebound the ball. She can block shots. She can play defense. She can actually extend her game to the 3, which bodes well for this South Carolina women's basketball team. Players who can extend their game to the mid-range or the 3-point line. Because what you have in Camila Cardoza, at least we haven't seen it yet. We have not seen Camila Cardoza shoot that mid-range jumper. I hope to see it this season. If Camila Cardoza extends her game to the mid range and can get a consistent 8, 9, 10 foot jumper, we're gonna see one of the best players in the country this year. But when you have, because it's gonna be lineups, whereas Camila Cardoza, Sakima Walker playing at the same time. We saw it with Aaliyah Boston, and we saw it with Cardoza before. What if you have a situation where you got Sakima Walker who can extend to the 3-point line at 6'5"? Who's going to guard her? Who's going to guard her? Will it be that 6'4"? Because there ain't a whole lot of 6'5", 6'6" women college basketball players who can actually play. Okay, so you're gonna pull that player out, and then you can. So you just think about it like this right here. Think about this right here. Cardoza in the middle. You try to double team her, because that's what we're gonna try to do. You got Sakima Walker on a wing, 6'5". Somebody gonna try. So you have to guard her too, right? Because she can shoot it. Then you got Te-Hina Paopao on the wing waiting to shoot the rock. You got Raven Johnson being that point guard extraordinaire. And then you got any level of a Malaysia Fulwiler, Breezy Hall, Ashley White, so many different other players to space the floor. Hey, you can put in a Tessa Johnson to really space the floor, who can shoot the rock. What I'm saying to you right now is Sakima Walker adds another layer to the bigs, but also adds a layer that can space the floor and improve that 112th, 113th ranked shooting of the South Carolina Gamecocks. The same 112th, 113th ranked three-point shooting that almost went undefeated last year and won the national championship. If we increase that to 50th, if we are 50th in the country shooting the three, we win in the national championship. Defense will always be there as long as Dawn Staley there. I don't care if they got me, my uncle playing ball. Defense will always be there. But what we have is exquisite. And I like that word, exquisite. We have exquisite shooting now, aided by Te-Hina Paopao, aided by Sakima Walker. Because when I have a conversation with Raven Johnson this summer, a few weeks ago at the Under Armour Elite in Atlanta, what she said was Sakima's more of a wing than a post player. I was like, damn, a 6'5" wing? I think Gamecocks have something special in Sakima Walker. And I know good and well that we got something special in Te-Hina Paopao. So the impact of these players this upcoming season would be obvious from day one. From day one, and day one is 41 days away. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. The Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now rocking with the best, and since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. Let's go.
Oh, J-Rock did this beat.